It's Friday. In fact, we've only got one more Friday left in the month of October. Oh my gosh. That's so hard to imagine. Indeed it is. It's the 22nd day of October. Halloween weekend will be here, of course, next weekend. And what will the weather have to say about any and all of that? I'll tell you in just a few moments. On other matters tonight, we'll discuss COVID numbers as well. We'll talk about, of course, the Moderna booster. Now, essentially all boosters available to anyone, regardless of what you had in the previous vaccine, if you meet the certain criteria. We'll go through that quickly. As for where and when you can get the Moderna booster or others, well, it's not everywhere as of yet. Our local public health director will tell us why and everything you need to know, and when they hope to have it available at the McGoffin County Health Department, but it's available elsewhere in McGoffin County today and in other places. So a lot to talk about there. I'll also, while I had him in studio via the internet, I asked, with him wearing the hat of Mayor Pete Shepard, the latest developments in regards to his intentions as it pertains to calling a special session to discuss the issue, of course, raised with Mr. Colin Ray Jackson, a council member earlier this week that we spoke of. And a major announcement that he himself said may come as a shock and a surprise to many, from Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton last night during what very well may be his last Board of Education meeting. I'll let him tell you about that in a few moments. I've got calendar announcements and more before I leave you, and I'm going to take just a few moments to gather all that up, and I'll be right back.
Appalachian Wireless and Samsung introduced a smartphone that everyone is flipping over, the Z Flip 3. Looking for something that stands out in the crowd amongst regular smartphones? Then the Z Flip 3 is the device for you. On the region's best service, Appalachian Wireless, the Z Flip 3 is an actual flip phone that, when opened, reveals a stunning 6.7-inch touchscreen for the best of both worlds. It's compact, powerful, and the most unique smartphone in the world. Get more information at AppalachianWireless.com. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Salyersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Let's start with COVID numbers and the vaccine. The FDA, as was widely expected last evening, authorized the Moderna vaccine booster for anyone who had gotten the Moderna vaccine who is 65 years of age or older, at high risk because of compromised health issues, severe health issues, or because of high exposure due to your place of employment. And also, as well, in doing so, they have passed, as was expected, a mix and match protocol, if you will, saying that the booster does not have to be the same as the original vaccine that you took. And there are also some studies and recommendations for those who took the Johnson & Johnson vaccine that the Moderna booster or even the Pfizer might be more appropriate to follow up with after you've gotten that initial vaccine from Johnson & Johnson. Now, as to when those vaccines will be available here in McGoffin County, they are, as of today, this afternoon, not at the health department as of yet. Let's turn now to our public health director, Pete Shepard, and first talk about case counts. As I have been keeping you abreast on, not our highest week. I think our highest weeks in McGoffin County as far as new COVID-19 cases were well into the 140s or not, if not higher. But in the last couple of weeks of September, we saw 1 week with 125, 1 week with 130. And then as we got into October, we saw essentially cut in half from 1 week to the next, 130 to 64. Then we hit 35 for a week. Last week, we kind of leveled off at 34. Now, he tells me that with the number of cases reported today and we'll say an average or expected number for tomorrow, we could literally cut our case count again in half.
Well, we had 2 today, so we're going to come well underneath last week's total. I think we had 34 last week, so we're going to probably half that this week. I guess I didn't look at all the numbers on it, but yeah, it's definitely going down in McGoffin County. I think we have 1 in the hospital now, and the best news is we haven't had any COVID-related deaths in the last week.
Neighboring counties that you're talking to, experiencing all the same numbers?
Same thing. Everything's going down all across the state of Kentucky. A lot of the counties are going into the orange. I think we're into the orange maybe today, out of the red, and hopefully it'll keep on going down, and we'll get the yellow, and finally hopefully get this thing under control.
Last night we saw final approval for the Moderna and Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. Now, essentially, all 3 vaccines have been approved for boosters. Still some criteria to be met, but essentially anyone 65 and older or who works in an environment where they might be more at risk. Are you worried that those good numbers might prevent people from getting those boosters?
I hope not. From what we can tell, everybody that is calling, they're wanting the boost. The thing you've got to realize is that Walmart, Walgreens, and them are under the federal pharmacy program where they're already given the boost. That we are not under that. The health department is not under that. So we are going to be a couple of days behind them giving the boost. It'll probably Monday or Tuesday before we'll get the boost at the health department, and at that time we will start boosting those people that came in first at the health department with the Moderna that we gave Moderna. I know we can cross over with the Moderna and give it the Moderna boost to the Pfizer people too, but I'm asking you that if you got Pfizer from a hospital or somewhere to start off with, that please try to go back to that facility and get your boost dosed. We're going to have a lot of boost doses to have to give, and we want to give it to those people that first came to the health department and got their boost there, and then we'll move on down the line. We should have plenty of boost to give to everybody, but I just don't want to be inundated with a great number of people at one time. We're going to have to do this kind of methodically, and I'm limited staff, but yes, we will be giving the boost next week with the Moderna, hopefully. We're in the Department of Public Health. The CDC makes certain guidelines, and then they send it to the state, and then the state sends the guidelines to us. We still haven't got the guidelines on the Moderna boost yet, so hopefully Monday. When you do come to the health department, just call first. We're going to take appointment only. It'll not be any walk-in boost. Just please call. I know Walmart and Walgreens are doing, I think, the same thing, are taking appointments only. So please, on Monday, hopefully if we get it approved by then, to call and start getting your appointments. And like I say, we're going to take the list that we had, the people that we had first getting the dose, the medical personnel over 65 with medical conditions and over 65 period, and start giving those the boost as we go. And just bear with us. It's going to be a frenzy time for everybody to get this boost, but we want everybody to get it. We want to get everybody to get quickly, and so just bear with us, and we'll get it done. The McGoffin County Health Department's done a great job over this COVID. I can't be more proud of my staff and how they've handled it with this undertaking that we've had to have with all these vaccines, but I'm proud of them. We've done a great job, and just bear with us, and we'll get everybody the boost.
Taking a look at today's incident rate map, it is similar to yesterday's in the fact that just a little more than half, 62 of the 120 Kentucky counties are in the red. That means 58 others in the orange and a few in the yellow. And that is a good, of course, announcement to make. Pulling in a little closer on eastern Kentucky, another good announcement. McGoffin County drops again from the 20s down to the teens, 18.8%. Look at our friends in Morgan County, still below 10 and well in the yellow. Johnson County, 13.5. Floyd still 51.4. And Owsley County, 87.4 over there to our southwest. One of the highest in the state of Kentucky, very few over 70. A handful is all. As for cases numbers in McGoffin County, in addition to the 2 cases announced today from the health department, we've gone back up to having 1 person hospitalized. We had 0 yesterday, and 21 active cases, which is one of the lowest number we've had in months and months as far as active cases are concerned here in McGoffin County. Switching over to State numbers real quick. I don't think I had those in time for you yesterday as they were released by the state, but 53 deaths yesterday. Another staggering number of lives lost. Case count for yesterday, under 1,800 at 1,796, and the positivity rate at 6.53%. But 53 deaths yesterday. Numbers released today by the state show a smaller number of new cases by about 100 at 1,626. A smaller number of deaths, thank goodness, at not quite half, 29, and a positivity rate of 6.25%. Before ending the interview, I asked Shepard the latest developments in regards to his intentions to call a special meeting related to the remarks made by Councilman Colin Ray Jackson that we have, of course, spoke of on a couple of occasions this week. He tells me, consulted with the Kentucky League of Cities and attorneys and others for guidance, and has steps that he will follow starting at the first of next week. I'll let Shepard explain those after the break. Fall is in full swing, and the holidays are just around the corner, and the seasonal shop has a huge selection of decor, clothes, and gifts for everyone. New arrivals at the shop include Wind and Willow, dip, drink, and cheese ball mixes, a bunch of perfect flavors, and they make a great gift. And cooler weather has arrived, and they've got a beautiful selection of women's clothing, sweaters, pants, leisure sets, and so much more. And they've not forgot about the fellas either. One of the seasonal shop's best-selling men's lines is back with so many new designs, and everyone's favorite sweatshirts are arriving daily. And as always, the largest variety of home decor in the area. Every day, fall, Halloween, Christmas is hitting the shelves as well, and fall and Halloween decor is 25% off right now at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. At Salyersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Salyersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Salyersville National. Call the pros. All Pro Gutter Works specializes in seamless gutters, vinyl siding, metal roofing, replacement doors and windows, remodeling or adding on to your home with free and fair estimates backed by decades of happy and return customers with guaranteed satisfaction and 18 months 0% financing. All Pro Gutter Works. 349-9999. Mayor Pete Shepard says that after speaking with the Kentucky League of Cities and taking other advice, he will be calling a special meeting of the Salyersville City Council for early next week in regards to the racial slur which was used, as we have addressed on a couple of occasions this week, by council member being Mr. Colin Ray Jackson, who I had on the program last week, explaining the use of the word.
Well, we contacted the Kentucky League of Cities to see the legalities of all that's happened, and they have given their decision back to us. They have recommended that we do go ahead and have a special meeting, set up a meeting. We have to have a hearing for Mr. Jackson or Colin Ray. I mean, he's Colin Ray. Have a meeting for a meeting where he can give his side of the story and we can hear all that. But there are certain procedures we have to go through, and we're going to go through those procedures. I would just like to say, on a personal note, and in my opinion, this has been a bad situation for everybody. There's no good outcome, no matter what we do. It just is the outcome going to make us look better or worse? I don't know. If you love the city, you want the city to do better. If you love McGoffin County, you want McGoffin counties to be seen in the light they should be. I've asked Colin Ray to resign. I just wish he'd resign. That will take care of the problem. We wouldn't have to go with all this. The Kentucky League of Cities also asked us to have sensitivity training with racial on the racial issues, and I'm going to ask the Department of Local Government to come in and do that with us. And we've worked so hard and so long to get Salyersville where it should be, and it's there. It is there, and it's going to get better and better. But this is a bump in the road, and I just wish, I just asked, I asked Colin Ray to resign 2 days ago, and publicly I just want to ask him to resign again, and that'll help. That'll help, I guess, the wounds that we've made and the perception we've had with the rest of the state and other counties. I know when you go to meetings and you have Hal Rogers here, and you go to Frankfurt and see people, it's a stigma when we have something like this riding on our back, and especially if we have to go to a trial or whatever this is going to be, and it's just going to be bad for all of us, and nobody wants to do it, And I just say, Colton Ray, just do what's right, and just hang it up. And next year, if you want to run again, run again. And, if people want to elect you, that's fine. If they don't, fine. But it's to help the city council that's here, and the fiscal court, and the county judge, and your mayor. The best thing to do is just resign. And it's just in my opinion, and I'm glad you let me have it to say that. But and I don't like saying it, but situation is how it is. And to all you in the city and the McGoffin County, we'll get through this, and we're all good people, and we're all better than what happened. But let's keep on moving forward.
Again, still a major announcement from our superintendent of schools, but right now let's see what announcements I have on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. Let's say happy birthday to Mary. It's Mary Jordan's birthday tomorrow, so a bit early, but from a real good friend. They said, Mary, who you know who they were. With a lot of love and best wishes, Mary Jordan. Happy, happy, happy birthday tomorrow to you. A lot going on tomorrow as we go into other announcements. The Salyersville Masonic Lodge Horse Show is tomorrow. Gates open at 4. I think the show starts at 6. It's $5 to get in. Kids 12 and under get in free. A lot of great food is going to be there. Some vendors to keep you happy and full. And they've also opened up a costume class for the kids. So if they want to get that Halloween costume on a little early and enjoy the fun, well, they're going to have some treats for you there. This is for the Salyersville Masonic Lodge Horse Show tomorrow at the Horse Park here on 460 in McGoffin County. Don't forget, next week, on Wednesday, the community baby shower for expecting parents and parents of infants up to 6 months old outside at the McGoffin County Health Department. A free diaper bag filled with goodies, a lot of door prizes, a lot of other folks who have a lot of other things there for you as well for all of our new parents in McGoffin County. 2 to 4 next Wednesday. From our folks and our friends at the Water into Wine Food Pantry, a reminder, a change in hours. Starting this Wednesday, their pantry will be serving from 9 till 11:30. It's a new schedule, 9 till 11:30, starting this Wednesday at Water into Wine. And if you want to get up early, dancers, well, the routines will start at 9 o'clock. That's right, Dance Jam is tomorrow at McGoffin County High School, 9 to noon. You learn 3 routines to be performed during the Ghost Walk Thursday night here in Salyersville. You get a free t-shirt, you get lunch, just $25 per participant, and it will indeed be a thriller. And through the thriller itself and the event next Thursday, it's going to be the biggest ever. So I hope that you can be a part of it. And you've just got a few days left to check out the lights and frights at Halloween Town, Gardner's Ghosts and Goblins at the Gardner Farm on the top of the Ivy Point Hill, 4 to 10 every night. My calendar's here for you every night of the week as well, and it's free, and it's for birthdays and anniversaries too, and we hope that you use it as often as you do, or even more. Tell me, and I'll tell everyone else what you have going on. I'll tell you about the rest of the program and our superintendent of schools announcement in just a second. Nostalgic or historic or whatever you want to call that feeling you get when you walk in and sit down at the counter and get a scoop of ice cream or a hot dog with sauce while your hometown pharmacist gets your prescriptions ready. Whatever it is, it's still here at Fraser's Prater Drug. Only better, with everything from Jelly Bellies to fresh popcorn to hot and cold gourmet coffees, even hot fudge cakes and banana splits. Fraser's Prater Drug hasn't forgot how important the little things in life are, and they don't want you to either. Stop and see them. They're just a couple of doors down from another Salyersville gym, the Seasonal Shop. You asked for it, and now they're back. Spicy Bourbon Dippers are back at your Salyersville Lee's, and the name says it all, except to say that they will make you shake your tail feathers.
Get an order or a meal before they're gone again. Spicy bourbon dippers are back at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Seasons are changing. Don't get caught in the cold. Call McGoffin County Heating and Cooling now. They have super affordable rates. They service all brands. They are a certified Platinum American Standard dealer and installer, and available with 24-hour service at 349-1058. Call 297-2424. Stop by on Route 40 next to Foothills, or log on to ConleyTire.net to shop for tires and wheels by size, brand, or vehicle. Order them and even pay for them right now or later with 6 months same as cash. And be sure to check out their always changing specials, like up to $200 back on a set of Goodyears through December the 31st, and so many more at Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
Prefacing the following announcement, during last night's regular session of the McGoffin County Board of Education, Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton said that this may come as a surprise or a shock to many after his more than 30 years in the McGoffin County school system. Helton has held the top position of the school system and district now for going on 6 years, and last night announced that this will be his last.
I'm going to be retired, and been in the school system 33 and a half years. Hopefully I've accomplished things that I can be proud of and that my family can be proud of, and I've tried to do what I thought was right. I've not always pleased everyone, and I've not always made wise decisions, but in my heart I've tried to make the right decision. And it's been a pleasure, it's been an honor, and I've sat back and I've reflected on, I've received a check every 2 weeks since the time I was 22 years old. I started on the first day of the 8th of 88. Never forget that day. That was the first day of work.
Since then, Scott Helton has served as a classroom teacher for 11 years. He says his most favorable and memorable position in the McGoffin County School District. He's also served as an elementary principal, middle school principal, and he, of course, was employed at the central office for a total of 17 years, with 5.5 years being as the superintendent of McGoffin County Schools. I have to say, and I'll elaborate a little bit later on when we talk in a few days, he and I, but I've had the privilege of working alongside a lot of individuals in a lot of different capacities in my 23 years, and I've not worked with anyone who has ever worked any harder for McGoffin County Schools and its children, and it's been a privilege from my standpoint to work with him as well and see the care that he has placed into the education of our children. But I'll try to think of a few more remarks later. He and I, as I'll elaborate more in just a second, we'll be talking a little bit more about his retirement in a few days.
I love McGoffin County. I love McGoffin County Schools and the community and the parents, the people out there. They've been grateful with me. We've not always seen eye to eye. We've argued, we've fought sometimes, but in the end, I always respected anyone that showed enough interest to call or to come, because I knew then that they cared about their child, and they cared enough to take time out of their day. And at least I could take time out of my day to listen and make a phone call back. I'm not saying I made all of them, but I tried to make most of them. And it never did bother me. And we all love our children. If we had one fault in McGoffin County, we don't think our children do too much stuff wrong. So we all love them, and we cherish them, and we want them treated with respect. But that being said, this will probably be my last board meeting, and it's kind of bittersweet. I'm not sure I'm ready to retire. People look at me, but and then one hand I need a break. You can't take a few months off and then get regenerized and come back into it. It doesn't work that way. But this school system has been very good to me and my family, and I hope that the community has treated me well, and the parents and my staff have treated me well, and I hope that I return the favor.
Helton cited timing, his family, his brother, who is recovering from an injury, who he is helping as much as possible, all for reasons of his retirement. Helton has, of course, held the burden of leading McGoffin County schools throughout the pandemic. Among that, or during so, he helped secure, of course, the total nearly $9 million in funds for what will be the construction of the new Career and Technical Center, with the gracious donation, of course, of $5 million from Scotty B. Patrick, and then going on to use that to leverage another $4 million from the government. And Scott and I will sit down in just a few days, as he has very few days left, to discuss his service to the McGoffin County schools and our kids, and his retirement and his future. Look for that, I suspect, sometime next week. Look for a couple of other big stories next week. I had very good intentions today of taking you back to the Walnut Festival, showing you a little entertainment. I've still got some great football to talk about, and some things that just came up today in office that led me in another direction, actually. Maybe several directions at one time. So I'll start off next week with a whole lot of ground to cover. That's a good problem to have in this business. That will also include highlights from tonight's McGoffin County High School football matchup, the last of 2 home games tonight in just a few moments. And we are wishing our Hornets well. I'll talk to you about that next time. Right now, let's talk about the Licking Valley RACC outlook for the rest of your evening, for your weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, while I do have one day, double checking, in the 70s in your 7-day outlook, it is one, and still starting to raise the question evermore with November days away. Will that be our last one of the year?
There's certainly a good chance it won't be. We'll see some warmer days, I think, but they will be much fewer, much fewer, and definitely farther in between. 48 degrees, cloudy skies, and a light southwesterly wind for the rest of your Friday, while we will barely break the 60-degree mark tomorrow. It will be dry, however, partly sunny on your Saturday, and a west wind, maybe 3 to 6 miles per hour. Good news is tomorrow night's low, especially for the Miss McGoffin pageant, which starts at 8 o'clock. Remember, it will be live streamed here on this channel you're watching, as well as on my Facebook and YouTube channels. Sorry, back to the weather. It's going to be 53 degrees tomorrow night instead of the 40s. That's a good thing because it's going to be a bit of a late evening. Sunday, we see another player make weather, and with it, we will warm back up to 74 degrees. We'll hit that with partly sunny skies. We will do so with some winds starting to kick about, calm early, then south-southwest, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's out and ahead of shower and storm chances. 20% in the afternoon tomorrow, 30% tomorrow night, and then a full-blown likelihood on your Monday. You can say 90% or certainty or likely, however you want to phrase it. Monday looks to be filled with clouds and showers and possibly some thunderstorms after 11 in the morning and on. Monday night, we'll drop down to about 50. Sunday night, definitely our warmest night at 59 degrees throughout the entire 7-day. And then we cool off yet again. That roller coaster ride of fall in the bluegrass. 20. Whew, where'd that come from? 60 degrees on your Tuesday. Won't be long. 60 degrees on your Tuesday, mostly sunny. A 20% chance of showers. That's where it came from. Not 20 degrees. And then low to at best mid-60s the rest of your week through this time next week. Yeah, 60, 65, 61, and 61 respectively all the way through Friday. Partly sunny each day, but you're going to have to maybe dodge a shower or two, as we've got at least a slim chance throughout your entire week. Yes, the 70s are numbered, literally numbered as far as days in the 70s, and some really beautiful fall weather that we have been spoiled with here throughout much of October.
And that'll wrap it up for tonight and for this week. Enjoy your weekend. I will be starting off with a lot of news to get to before the week even gets started next week. So I hope to see you back here Monday for more of Your News Today. Again, have a safe and joyous weekend ahead. Good night.